Hello, hello, hello. What's good? And we are back. Time to talk about a little more Westworld, just a little more scaled down, and had to bring in some friends. What's good, OTD? Let me know if you want in. Just gonna jump in and talk some Westworld and see what's happening, what we really think, what's going on, and get some different opinions than just mine. What's up? It's been too long. How you doing tonight, Dragon?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Dude, I'm loving this season so far. It's been a lot of fun. Yeah, there's so much crazy shit going on in this whole season. Like half the time I think it's real, the other half the time I'm with you and I think it's fucking all a freaking test, and it's just like, what the fuck is actually going on here?
Where's this season rate compared to the other ones for you?
I like the fact that we're actually out of Westworld. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of nice to just be in the real world and see what they're actually wanting to fucking do. Like, their whole plan. Like Dolores' big plan has been interesting. And in the beginning of the season when this all fucking started, I thought she had brought out, all the people that were helping her, and then just come to find out she just kept copying herself. That was interesting.
What do you think about there being more than one Hale out there?
It's possible that we're going to see it because, well, I don't think, because Dolores probably can fix her hell after it got blown sky high by Serac. But I think Serac's going to pull another one out just to have fun with the game, dude, just to fuck with people.
So you're with me on that? You think Serac's going to make another Hale to run the company and be his little bot? Act like nothing ever happened?
I think so. Yep. And then you're going to have Dolores bot. And yeah, it's had what the hell do you guys call it? Holoris? The Holoris bot?
Holoris bot?
That one's going to be out for fucking...
Bot?
Yeah, that one's going to... Yeah. That one's going to be out for fucking blood, dude.
Dude, Charloris.
It's
gonna be.
Oh my god, dude!
Once you David Adams is with it, he says 100%. He's gonna be out for Dolores's ass. Yeah, she is not happy. She's like, "Not your family. It was my family." Like, yeah, she's not happy at all.
No, she's pretty much pissed the fuck off. That's easy. That's a simple way to put it. Like that look on her face when she stood up and was just all fucking melted and just that was a nasty look.
What do you think the overall? What are they trying to show us? I mean, what's the overall situation? Like, do you think it's like me? I think it's like half in Mirror World, half in Future World. Do you think it's more like what they're telling us directly? Like, what's the overall? What do you think's happening? What's going on with this?
I think part of it's direct. I really do. I think part of it's 100% direct. I think we're seeing, me personally think we're seeing Caleb and Dolores in real time. But I think what we see with like Serac and all that shit, I think is more Serac trying to throw predictions out to see what's going to fucking happen. I wasn't convinced that Serac was actually just a computer program up until this last episode.
Dude, what else are they telling us? I mean, he's never there. He's never there.
No, he's always a fucking image.
Yeah. And that's why he didn't really grab and pound that dude's freaking head. And like the one time that his like I remember David Adams said that one dude handed him an iPad. I just think that was basically like their cinematic way of showing one program bringing information to another program, like the same way you would get information off a computer. Like it just dialed up, asked for info, got the info, and that's it. Reading the info and then now reacting on it. Like, what do you think about all that?
It's very fucking possible. I mean, that's actually a crazy way to think about things. Like, truthfully, it really is. That's deeper than I thought it was. When I first saw it, I'm like, oh, that's a real person, blah, blah, blah. But if we're seeing a projection or a prediction of what might happen at certain points in times, then yes, Serac can show himself handed a computer or a tablet.
You cut out there
You
at the
know,
end. What was that? What?
Oh, I said he could easily, when he's throwing the predictions out there, he could easily show himself being handed a tablet in that scenery, in that scenario.
Right, exactly. Once your David Adams, Hale is going after Dolores 100. Yep, I'm with you on that. That convo on the transporter that let her up. She's not happy. Do you think she like even acts like, is she going to even be like, oh, hey, come here, I just need to meet? Or is she just going to be like, you're dead, I'm coming after you? Like, is she even going to try to hide it?
Well, we got Dolores versus Dolores. The only difference is one Dolores doesn't feel shit, and the other one had a lot of deep emotions for her family that she gained there towards the end. I could see the hell Dolores actually calling her ass out and going, we're going to fucking handle this shit. I could see it.
Do you think she's going to be more mad at Dolores, or do you think she thinks Sirach did that and going to want to go after Sirach? Or is she just going to be mad at both of them and just want to light them both up?
I think she's going to be mad at both of them because she got put in the middle of a fucking situation that she, even from the day she was actually born, never really wanted to be a part of. Especially once she learned about her kid.
Yeah. And I mean, and Sirach wasn't helping her. He's just adding fuel to the fire when he's sitting there talking like, she left you here to die. She doesn't care about you. She left you here to die. A sacrificial lamb. Just, oh, it's like he's just digging deep on her. But how can Sirach think he's so right? I mean, obviously he's a machine, so he's always going to think it's doing right. But I don't understand if it was human. Like, how could he think that he was so right when he gets so many things wrong? It's like, what are they really trying to say with all that?
I think that basically, no matter how perfect something is, there's always going to be mistakes.
Because nothing is perfect, yeah. You think Jake is real? Are you with me that he's going to be a host, or is he real?
Who?
Jake.
You cut up Jake.
Charlotte's ex.
The who?
Charlotte's ex.
Oh,
Charlotte's ex.
I bet they leave him dead unless she brings him back, but I don't see the reason why you want to bring him back.
What's good, Jay Cruz? I see you out there. No, I'm saying, do you think he's real? Do you think he's a host, or do you think he's real?
No, I think he was actually a legitimately real person.
Think so?
Same with the kid.
Man,
I think that was truthfully Charlotte's family.
He acted pretty hosty. I mean, he just sitting there and then he'd all of a sudden react and go back. Like, it's like he's trying to act like
I've met some stoners in my day that do that.
It could be.
I've seen some stoners do that back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, it's true, but I don't know. He just has some hosty type tendencies. And why does he have like circles on the wall?
I've acted that way.
Why does he have like circles like Rehoboam's watch for art on his wall?
I don't know.
I mean, the only person who has that or deals with that is Rehoboam or is Sirach. So why would he have that artwork on his wall?
Unless Rehoboam's putting it out there, like, it's like more of a, it could be like a controlling mechanism, like, you know, like the 5G shit where they have to have a certain pinpoint of area for that situation. Maybe that's the pinpoint for that computer program to help control people.
So he puts fake artwork in everybody's house. So that's their like little up mode module. That's
could easily be that way.
That's their tower. That's all. Oh no, I think
that's how he sends his signal.
This is showing that you're inside. That's why. I mean, why would kids and how would kids even know about? I mean, maybe they know about Insight. I guess it's a big company. But why would kids be graffitiing Insight murals on the wall? When like Charlotte was walking Nathan over to Jake's, like why would they be?
Mm-hmm.
That just doesn't make sense to me. Why would they be graffitiing the Insight mural? What would they have to do anything to do with that?
Maybe they believe in it. Maybe it's something. Maybe it's just something they really want. You know, you think about it, like some people fight the corporation, some people join the corporation, and maybe they're just part of that corporation trying to burn it into people's heads.
Oh, that's the actual corporation going out there graffiti and that shit. Because it's like, I mean, that's basically like going out there and putting the IBM logo on a wall. Like, what graffiti artist is going to do that? Nobody. You know what I mean? They're all it's their name
dumb
or
one.
tag. And I like Andy's. Andy said basically like, what do tag artists do? They're usually tagging their names. So basically, that's Insight. You know, the computer tagging its name. Like that's what it would do. That answer, but. Yeah, I don't know. There's just so many weird little quirks that shows telling us that they haven't given us an answer. We don't know. All we can do is guess.
No, and that's that's the one thing I've always just loved about this whole the fact that they don't ever give you the answers. Like there's still questions I have from season 1 and season 2 they haven't quite answered yet.
Oh, absolutely.
So I mean,
absolutely,
it always keeps you on toes, always keeps you guessing.
What's up, Living My Rhapsody? I see you out
and
there.
They definitely pander to the fans when it comes to this show. Like if a whole like you watch it, like it's going one way first a little while, and like you can tell like certain reaction channels, like big ones, will start predicting shit, and then all of a sudden the show flip over one way or the other and mess the whole situation up. Like I think these writers actually do pay attention more to reaction channels than people think.
Maybe switch it up accordingly. They could. That'd be kind of funny, or just to see what people are saying out there. That could definitely. I mean, everything's going to have an effect.
Like to tell you the truth, if I was writing a show like this, and I was trying to keep people on their toes and keep them guessing and predicting in the whole situation, I'd give them breadcrumbs, and every once in a while, I'd give them like, "Oh, you were right here, but way the fuck off over here." I would watch those channels just because it would be a lot of fun to play with people's heads. Maybe that's just me. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
Jay Cruz says at one point he could have sworn that Ciroc said he created the host. I don't remember ever hearing that. Do you?
No, but I could go back and watch it eventually.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going back and trying to pin some things together. But yeah, I haven't seen that one.
I mean, it's possible if when Ford was starting this situation, if was Rehoboam Ford built Westworld? Because if so, then technically Rehoboam and Ciroc pushed Ford in that direction.
Or do you think like Ford and Arnold, like they were trying to cheat it, but Ford and Arnold kind of knew about that, but just took it to a whole nother level? And they were able to take it to the next stage, basically, because they said like
Ciroc, it's very possible. And you know, oh man, that now that's bugging. Think about Bernard getting Dolores to wake up and kill him.
You mean
Think
Arnold?
about that, and if you put Lobo in that situation, and maybe he figured out how to hack it, see what his kid was going to die or whatever, and then see what he was going to end up doing, and ended up doing something completely different and dying in the park purpose.
Rehoboam?
Like, yeah, like you know how everybody got the download of their life, like what was going to happen to them, their predictions. Right. Maybe Bernard was good enough. He hacked that and figured out how he was supposed to die. And up instead of dying the way the computer predicted it, he actually ended up having Dolores kill him in the park.
Oh, you mean Arnold, not Bernard?
Or Arnold, sorry, yes.
That's what was throwing me off. Yeah, no, that's interesting, and that's rifled everything. That's what's throwing it nuts. Because it said, I mean, it wants to know something, and it said, to his surprise, that an amusement park was able to figure it out. So there's something that knowledge that Rehoboam wants that the park was able to figure out that he wasn't. Hey, what's up, Sam 109? I see, or 09, I see out there. How you doing? Once you, David Adams, what we got here? I think he said he collaborated, but then could finish it, but his nemesis found a way to complete the creation or something, wasn't like that. Yeah, I just remember him saying that.
Oh, so that would have been Ford.
Right, but I think he finished what he could not. Is that what he said? Because, yeah, I just remember that he wanted some information, and lo and behold, an amusement park had actually finished out or figured out what he could not. So, yeah, that's what Westworld, honestly.
It's interesting. That's very interesting. Okay, the discussion I want to have, and I know I'm gonna skip some shit.
Get it?
Dude, the whole fucking Man in Black scene where he's sitting there talking to himself, like all versions of himself. And then his father-in-law is the one that's sitting in there directing the whole conversation. But that was just a very interesting scene that like the kid's sitting there and he's like looking around. He goes, "This is how I fucking end up." He's like, seriously, this is what's gonna happen to me in the future? What the fuck?
He was having an inner monologue with himself. He was basically like, some of you guys are all right, but man, you not so much. The one he actually ended up as.
Yeah, that whole scene though was like well written. Like the young versions, like I'm the best version of all of you. Like it was a good fucking scene. Like I really liked that scene.
Oh, it was amazing. It's one of the things that saved it. This episode, like I said, this was one of my least favorite episodes. It gave us a little bit, but more questions.
It was a building. It was a building episode, is what it was.
Do you think
it
that
really was? It was a huge building episode.
Do you think that psychiatrist really hung herself? Was that real, or was that just a figment of his imagination?
She might have. I mean, to get that prediction, I fucking was watching it, and then I didn't even think about pausing it. What the hell did her phone say? I mean, it showed it completely. I just don't remember what her phone said. Do you?
Well, her phone said basically, "I'm taking the kids. Don't try to find me." And then her, like when she read her profile, it basically said that she was gonna get divorced in like 2 to 3 years. She was gonna lose her kids right after that, in the divorce, and basically she was gonna lose her medical license right after that. And her medical license was going to get docked because she can only treat certain kinds of patients, and the certain kind of patients is either C or U, but whatever it was, it's the same thing that Caleb's is. So only Caleb.
So yeah, no, I can easily see her taking her own fucking life. Easily see her taking her own life.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, the kids
because I mean, you think about it. You think about this, dude. You have you've got a killer career. You're married, you're happy, whatever. You got kids, everything's going great, and then you see this thing where you're going to get divorced, you're going to lose your kids, you're going to lose your license. That's what Dolores did. Don't get me wrong. I think she was 100% in the right, but at the same time, that's a mass suicide calling. Like it really is. Some people are going to take it and go, "Yeah, fuck you. That's not what's going to happen." And other people are like, "Oh my God," you know. It's crazy.
Why in the episode before, why were those people there to kill Caleb? Like we kind of thought everybody's out for Dolores. Why were those 2 people there to kill Caleb? Why did Dolores have to step in front of those bullets?
Because he saved Dolores. Dolores had a contract out on her, and he ended up actually saving her ass.
So now they want to take him out before her?
Or just at that point in time, he was the target.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why all of a sudden is he the target? Is just because he another outlier, or they see something else in the future that he's going to do and need to take him out? Was that even Sirach doing that? What, did Dolores set that up on a Rico app so she could save his life to make him even more like her and more in love with her? I mean, what was really going on with that?
No, I don't think she set up that scene. I really don't. I think that was set up by Sirach. I think because he saved her and not knowing what she was. But even at that, they have a lot of similarities that he is definitely falling for when it comes to her.
He's fallen. But similarities with who?
With Dolores.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You think I'm crazy, or is there any way that the MIB is Caleb? I think they're the same person. I think Caleb is the MIB. Like
no,
that's the.
I think they're 2 different people.
They're 2 different people.
Yeah, I think they're 2 different people.
I would definitely try to change my future. I would assume the computer is wrong. I would make the computer wrong. I'm with you, Jake Cruz.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd tell it's a computer. Fuck.
Would you want to know if somebody came up and they're like, "Here's your future. This is when you die, and what's going to happen in your future"? Would you want to know all that?
I'd laugh at them.
You'd read it and laugh, not believe it.
Yeah. I just like whatever. Fuck off. It's not what it is. I have my own destiny. There ain't no computer's going to tell me how my life's going to be or end or anything else.
See, you're going Jake with it. I make my own future. The computer's not going to tell me what's up. Caleb is MIB. How, DJ? Explain that one to me. The similarities that they show, I mean, I know it could just be two people going through the same program, but the similarities about them being in the white jacket with the glasses on, the way they freak out, the way they both went through insight, the way they're, I mean, supposedly everybody has drips, but we've only been told that. The only two people we've ever physically seen drips inside is Caleb and the MIB. We don't know about anybody else. Caleb could be an entire hallucination, but, and like I say, the whole way they introduced us to him, the way that Dolores fell into Caleb's arms, the exact way she fell into the MIB's arms. It's just, I think they're just trying to show us basically all the way through that Caleb and the MIB are one and the same person. And the reason they had to do it is, like I said, when they try to upload the human mind into a core, into the core unit, and then upload that into a host that looks exactly like them, they can't get by a mirror. Every time somebody does that, they look in the mirror and they freak out and they cut them. They cannot get by a mirror. So I think the way to get by that is to put a core unit like they did in Shaloris and put a core unit in a different body. And that way it's not so hard on them. It's still not easy, but it's not so hard. And like I said, they can at least get by a reflection without freaking out.
Yeah. So here's the thing. We know, what the hell is that thing called that's in their mouth?
A drip.
The Caleb. Okay, so Caleb's got that drip. We know it works because that computer intensified it when he was in that fight and the robot got thrown off. When they tried to do anything with the Man in Black, he fought it for the most part. They actually had to sedate him. The drip wasn't working in his mouth. It wasn't working. They said there was something in his system that wouldn't allow it to work. Wasn't that? Yeah. There's some protein or antibiotic or something different in his system. I remember the doctor saying there's something different in his system.
I'm trying to remember because I know he was freaking out, but and then they said give him a limbic and give him an hour in the Oasis desert, and or give him an hour in the Oasis desert. That should calm him down. And so they put that limbic in there. But then we never saw him calm down. We never saw him in any desert. We just saw him walking through a hallway like he was high as shit. Everything was slow motion, and he's seeing his psychiatrist hang herself and all sorts of crazy shit.
Yeah, but I think like because I remember the doctor saying there's something in your protein. Yeah, see, they said protein for sure. There was something different in him. There's something going on with the Man in Black that's different than anybody else they've tried to treat. I don't think the Man in Black is a host either. For anybody that's actually real, I still believe the MIB is a real fucking person.
I mean, at that time, he could have been, and then they made the Caleb host out of him. But that's two different timeline things that they're gonna have to explain. But I think that's still what's gonna happen. But yeah, they put that in. Like I said, when I was watching the episode and they put that in, I was like, I just told myself in my head, from here on out, you can't trust anything. Everything could be bullshit from this second on. So I didn't really trust anything they showed from then on out. But it was, I'm trying to remember the exact thing they said, but it was what was the exact word they called it? But yeah, whatever. So we know that's maybe that's it. Because we know there's no reason for them to put a tracker in. I mean, Charlotte knew the guys that took them, and Haloris fucking already told Bernard and Stubbs what Insight was and where it was. So why put a tracker? Maybe that stuff that she injected was more for that, like you're saying, so the drip doesn't work. It's something that interfects with the drip. Because it said they called it, I can't remember what it called it, but something was detected, false, whatever.
Yeah. Something, it had to do with the proteins in his body. There was something off, and so the drip didn't quite work like it was supposed to, like it does with Caleb.
That's funny. I didn't really get that's what was causing the drip not to work. I just thought that it detected it detected that something was in there, and that's how we knew what the tracker was. So it's basically letting you know that the tracker. But I didn't think about it affecting the actual drip. That's pretty interesting. But the drip ended up working because they gave him a limbic and he was high as shit, and then he was off.
Yeah, as I say, once they actually sedated his ass and his mind couldn't control the aspect of this situation, yeah, he went into fucking goofy mode. And that's when we get the whole inner monologue with himself, and then he ends up killing everybody. He kills every version of himself.
If they take him in there and strap him down, how did his younger self come in and unstrap him and let him out of that chair?
He was freaking out at that point in time, wasn't he? That was when they said it wasn't working because they let him out. He walked into the room. He saw his dad and he started spazzing. And they're like, no, it's not working. Give him the shot. Give him the shot. Give him the shot. Because he was freaking out more because he was supposed to go to the Oasis and then start the dream with his dad. And that fucked everything up.
And so that's when they gave him the Oasis. That was pretty harsh when they put it in there, and then that dude just double taps it real hard and just to jam it up and even harder. That looks so painful.
God, hell fucking no, dude. Oh my God, I'd be so pissed off.
But yeah, so he put the drip in, and then we never saw him go to the Oasis, but they walk him down the hall, and everything's all slow motion like he's high, and he sees the doctor walk off the desk and hang herself, and then they take him in the room, and that guy comes in and puts the goggles on him. So yeah, he didn't have the goggles walking down the hall, and then the doctor came in to put the goggles on, and he was strapped into the chair. But then all of a sudden, somehow his hallucination unstrapped him and let him out of that chair. So how did that work?
Dude, I don't know. I don't know.
And you could say it like
I
explain it as I'd say he was just high and he never got strapped into that chair. He's just in a padded room going nuts, and it's all a hallucination. But then, who came in and put the goggles on him, and how the goggles get on him?
Dude, I don't know. Maybe it happened and we didn't see it. Like there's that possibility that there's a lot of things they do that there's a lot of things they do that, like I said, there's season 1, season 2, there's still questions that I have that have never been answered. And right now, this is gonna be one of those questions I don't know if we're gonna get answered. Like, how did that all happen? Did they have him all sedated and fucking laid down and shit, and all that shit we saw was a dream? And we just saw it through his eyes, like what he thought was going on, but it wasn't actually going on? What are you doing?
I grab my coffee real quick.
Oh, what are you doing? Making second breakfast?
Coffee is my breakfast, always. But yeah, there is a lot of things that I think they're going to answer it all in the end. But yeah, they're definitely stringing it along beautifully. It's amazing.
Well, yeah, like I said, it's the one thing I love about the show. They just keep guessing and doing and wanting us to try and figure it out. But I think, like I said, they do certain things that watching certain reactions to see if they're figuring it out and then change it just a little bit. And it has, they do it probably season by season. That's probably why it took them 2 years to come out with the next one. Like, oh shit, they're figuring it out. We got to change this season up. Hold on.
So you think Soraka's a real person? He's really doing it.
I did for a minute.
But now you're starting to come over.
I did for a minute.
Not anymore.
I'm joining. I'm slowly, because I actually thought like, okay, he landed on the whole time I thought that he was real. He was in the ship, was flying in the air. That's when I thought he was real. The whole fucking time he was flying in the air. I was like, oh, he's real when he's in the air. He lands in the ship. I'm like, okay, he's real. And then everybody dies except him, and then he disappears. I'm like, motherfucker, that weren't my theory. Because that was my theory. He's like, oh, so when he's in the plane, he's a real person. Okay, that makes sense. He's just projecting himself everywhere else. No, I was wrong. Unless he's still somewhere in the building, or he's never got off the actual ship and he's sitting on the ship and just projecting himself walking around. But that is weird that you could project yourself walking around.
Very weird. How is that even possible? And I mean, we see he looks like he's in that room where Charlotte was viewing that tape of her singing that song to Nathan. It looks like he's in the room when he did that. But like I said, how do you explain when he landed? He landed, he got off that ship by himself. Then all those guards came walking in kind of behind him. And he said, I'm coming there. I'm excited to meet all my new employees. All those main board members are all standing there right in a row. And he walks right by them, and none of them even turn their head. Like they're all just still standing there waiting for something to happen. And only Charlotte looks sees him and starts interacting with him and walking. So he was never there. Those board members never saw him, and he didn't go interact. He's so excited to go meet his new board members, but didn't say hi to nobody. So how do you explain that one?
I don't. I have no choice. The part that I can't figure out is you have all the board members sitting out there, and he's called the second meeting and shit. They all reacted when they. No, wait. No, they didn't react when he called out hell, did they?
No, they were too busy dying.
Did they react when he called out hell? Well, that was after that.
They were all just
what I'm saying at that point. Yeah, they didn't actually react when he called her the mole, the host. She's the only one that reacted, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah,
when they're all just sitting there. Yeah, I think they're all hosts anyway. I think that, like I was saying, I think that Black Lady for sure is a host, and I think all his guys are hosts. So yeah, I don't think any of those guys are human.
So if they're all hosts, then how did the poison kill him and not her?
Because I think that poison was that's what the hard thing. Where I was like, maybe she took an antibody because she knew it was she was gonna do it. So she took the antibody that's not going to mess with her, and it knocked everybody else out. Yeah, I don't know.
Circuit them?
Or like I said, I don't think the Black Lady was in there at that time. So all those people that were in the board, all those board members or employees, they could have been human, and basically they all got taken out. Those all could have been human.
I think they were. I think everybody that was sitting in the room that died was human.
Probably they could have been. And like I said, I don't think that Black Lady board member was in there at that time, was she? I don't remember seeing her. Because I'm almost positive she's a host. She's very hosty, acts very host-like. Don't you, David Adams? I think he is. I think the last episode proved it when we see the cut from him as a hologram getting shot by Hale to him going down the hall. Yeah, that just, like I said, that's just more projections or something, however he's doing it. I don't know why he took off the glasses, though. That was the one weird thing.
Do what?
He, like, right when she shot him, he got mad and he took off the glasses, like those glasses are what was projecting him or whatever. Or maybe the glasses are what was letting him see what everybody else in there was doing. I don't know. But right when she shot through him and he like disappeared, he grabbed the glasses and threw them on the table.
So this is the part where, okay, maybe he is real because he was sitting in a different room wearing the glasses, projecting himself somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That's possible. That's possible. Like I said, I bounce a lot between him being fucking real and him being fake.
That's what they want you to do. That's the whole point.
I mean, that's it. That's 100%.
See him in another room with people. Yep, that's what we're talking about. He's not there in the boardroom. He's still in the Delos building. I don't know. Is he in the Delos building, or is he just projecting that he's in the Delos building? I mean, maybe some of his men are hosts, and they're the projectors that are projecting him. Like his men being there are the projectors that are, and that's how he's able to project himself inside there. Because yeah, there's just, like I said, there's no way. He landed saying he wanted to meet his board members. The board members are standing there, and not one of them turned, and he didn't go meet none of them. So basically, they couldn't even tell that he was there right there. So that just lets me. And so I guess that's why they're human, because they couldn't see him. And Hale could see him. I think hosts don't need glasses to see him, and humans do. And the only reason that
I think that's the difference.
What's that?
I would say that's the difference between a computer and a computer program compared to the human brain. The computer can see itself. Mm-hmm. It can see another computer, but the human brain can't see a computer without the glasses.
Right. That's what I think's happening in that situation. And that's why the board just kept looking straight, because they never saw Sirach get off the plane, because it was just an image, because he's just a computer. And Hale can see it, and that's why Hale was able to interact with it and was walking down with it. And even when you look back at it, they're all still staring there, just sitting there waiting for something to happen. So none of them saw it. So I don't think so.
And that's how
they are human, and that's why they died with the gas, because that gas killed humans and not us.
And that's how he. Oh shit! I just lost all train of thought.
Oh, we got Moni G in the chat. What's up? Let's see you out there. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome in. Just in here goofing around.
I just lost all train of thought.
Live, it happens a lot. Please believe.
I was just sitting here thinking I was gonna say something, and my mind just went blank, done, gone. I don't know what the fuck just happened.
To me, there's not a doubt in my mind that Sirach is just 100% algorithm. He's just a computer. He is Rehoboam projecting itself. But yeah, he is not.
Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead.
There's got to be if he is okay. So let's actually say he's legitimate. He is. Rehobo is him. Is Sirach. And he's projecting himself in all these different places. If that's how he's doing it, then there has to be at least cameras all over the fucking world, basically, or they can use that he uses to help project himself as a living person.
Mm-hmm. Or, like I said, he's actually using his own host, his guards. Some of those are hosts that are he's using as projectors to just project his image. As long as one of his guards there, they can be projecting his image wherever they're at.
Yeah, and if they're not there, then he uses the glasses.
Or a lot of it's happening in Mirror World, and it's not happening anywhere. It's all a simulation, and anything that can be typed in, it's just a program anyway.
Yeah, I mean, that's possible too. If Sirach's just running predictions, then that's what we're seeing. Because like he said, Solomon is Solomon is his brother, which is a base of the program.
So is Solomon still alive? Where's Solomon at?
I don't know yet. I wonder if Sirach actually took him completely fucking over. Or, yeah, I think he took him all the way over. If he's the base, if you think about this, how he explained his brother, right? His brother's the one that came up with the program. His brother's the one that built the whole machine, all that shit. So he would be the core of Rehobo. Solomon would. Sirach would be Rehobo all the way around it, running everything else. So basically, Solomon, his brother, would be completely silent, and Sirach is the voice of everything else.
Okay. Once you're David Adams, it all comes down to programs ultimately. Yeah. I think, like I said, I think it's going to end up being a lot like what I called in the very first episode, that humans are all dead. They're all gone. And basically, these are just machines building machines, keep them going, doing what they were programmed to do. They were programmed to keep, stimulating life, make hosts in certain situations, and imitate life. And that's basically what's happening. It's just going on and on and on. Because basically, in every simulation, no matter what Sirach does, it seems to keep coming back to the extinction of all mankind. Like, no matter what he does, he seems like he's fighting for the non-extinction of it. But no matter what he does, it seems to keep happening and ending in that way. So is it inevitable?
It seems like it is. No matter what he's like, I want peace, I want this, I want that. But it all comes down to, truthfully, Dolores fucking every plan he has up. Dolores is his link. If you think about it, everything he's tried in this whole season, Dolores has been one step ahead of him every time. And maybe, so, okay, here we go. So he said his nemesis built them first, right? And figured it out first. Maybe Ford's whole plan and Arnold's whole plan was to build these machines to actually save mankind from Rehobo, from Sirach. And we're seeing it happen. Sirach is running program after program after prediction after prediction after prediction, trying to change and destroy Dolores and destroy everything, trying to stop them from winning. And in the end, he's actually losing the whole situation. It's actually not working for him at all. Dolores is literally one step ahead of him every fucking turn he takes. Even in his predictions, she's one step ahead of him.
You think there's any way that I think that Dolores made all these Doloreses, but the main Dolores is actually Ford. What do you think about that?
There's a lot of Ford in Dolores just by her actions. If you think about it, you go back to how Ford acted in season 1 to how Dolores is acting right now. There's a lot of Ford in Dolores,
and always being one step ahead, being the main thing.
The one thing I'm still, the one thing I still think at the last time we see Ford, I think he was actually a host because we only know one other person that had the godlike powers, and that's Maeve, to be able to freeze everything in place and just by, holding up their hand. Ford had to have had a program in him to be able to do that. He couldn't have just done that by thought because he wasn't actually connected to the host that way. So I think Ford was actually a host back in season 1.
Oh, he could have been. He was. I was thinking that too, but I don't know. I was going back and rewatching a lot of the Ford scenes right now, and I just I'm still on the fence. But I don't think he was. But he could be, and they both sat down and had Dolores blow the back of their brains out. That's how you
blows
the core unit out. Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Yep.
So they could actually be robots that are battling robots, and Arnold and Ford, and Arnold was already there.
So
if
you think about it, you have robots battling a computer to save mankind.
Yes.
Basically, how that's fucking breaking down. You have Arnold and Ford's fucking robots battling Rehoboam to save mankind. Which one's
like I said, humankind's already gone, and these are just robots going on, and finally some of them are evolving, and they're realizing that this isn't right, and you shouldn't be in charge, and you have too much power, and maybe I should be in charge, and now I'm going to make a bunch of me's because I'm smarter, and yep, it's just a robot revolution.
I still think mankind's real. I'm not convinced yet that they're completely extinct. I think they're real. I think mankind still exists. But I think what we're seeing is this whole season could be Sirach running prediction, trying to figure out how to stop Dolores, and it's just not going to work.
What do you think is going to be the downfall?
Dolores is going to make a mistake.
Dolores slips up. Dolores loses.
And I think Caleb's going to be your weak link.
What is Caleb's art? What is the deal with Caleb? What's the whole point of him?
Right now, Caleb destructs everything. We were told that he's the one that destroys it. He's the one that causes shit to go fucking south for mankind.
Where were we told that?
When he built the building, remember? It was a prediction by Rehoboam. It shows him fucking blowing up the building, and then he commits suicide.
Oh, is that in a thing coming up?
Mm-mm.
He blows up.
It was last episode or the episode before that. Yeah, I think Sirach calls him like the destruction or something, like the destruction of mankind or something like that.
Wow.
But it was said what he was going to do.
I don't remember that at all. That's insane. I gotta check. When did they say that when did he blow up a building, first of all?
It hasn't happened yet. It's when they're on the pier and it's Dolores and him talking, and he's learning, and she's telling him what's gonna happen to him before he commits suicide, and basically he's gonna start the human revolution for Hobo.
Well, I gotta rewatch that. I don't remember that. That's a pretty big piece of information for me to miss. That's nuts. I just remember that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
They say he ends up there and commits suicide. I remember all that, but yeah, I don't remember him talking about all that. That's insanity.
I'm pretty sure that's what he's. I can't remember. They call him the Destroyer or something like that. But yeah, he's the big reason that everything goes to shit for Rehoboam.
Could be. I think main Dolores Pearl will be destroyed. I think Caleb will pick up and lead the fight for the host. Human leading the host revolution. Yep. Weren't you, David Adams? Yeah, you are the one, man. If it comes down, we will all be chanting because you've been holding down to that theory this entire year. It is straight up John Connors style. Called it way back when. Awesome.
He has, and I'm glad. You know what, dude? Stick to your fucking guns, because I was sticking to my guns pretty hard that Sirach was real, but this last episode just kind of it fucked me up on that whole situation.
Not only is he not real, but he never has been real. There was never a Sirach body. It has never happened.
So like metaphorically, like I was talking about earlier, when you see him killing his brother, he basically took Solomon over. He took the whole Rehoboth. Rehoboth was ran by Solomon. Sirach was a program, and Sirach didn't like what his brother was doing. Basically, and took the whole fucking system over.
He updated himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
He basically updated himself. I think maybe there were two programs that were going, and Rehoboam took off even more so. Like they didn't know which one was going to work better, and basically Rehoboam was the new and improved Solomon. Yeah, there's so much that happened. The updated version. I think that's absolutely what was happening. And like when Peter Dempsey was in there talking, like he was talking to himself. Like, oh my God, you stole $200,000, and then he saw he's like, no, we stole $5 million last week, and now it's $200 million this week because we got this on lock. And then he's like, what's it gonna do? Is it gonna be up or down? He's like, I'm gonna pick up, and then he picked up. Like all that was going on in Dempsey's head, basically having.
Well, no, I think he was actually. I don't think it was going on in the head. I think he was talking to Sirach, but as a computer program. Sirach just projected himself into that situation as a memory.
Could have been, except for they were so much younger. Why would he project himself younger and then now project himself as older?
Because
kind of weird.
Because it has to be shown to make you believe that Sirach is real. So he's aged over the years. He's gotten older.
Yeah, but they don't know that. I mean, he always basically he tells
doesn't matter. That is a mind. If you want to stick with Sirach being a program, that's a mind fuck for you. That's a mind fuck for the fans to think he's real because they show him younger. When in projection, in actual reality, he's only reason he's showing himself. We're only seeing him younger on the screen is because they want you to believe he's real, and he aged over the years.
I mean,
it's a mind fuck.
It keeps it real. It definitely keeps it real. I like that. Oh, just so much madness. I want some answers this next one. I don't want any more questions. I want them to start bringing some stuff over. And
dude, here's the problem. We're not going to get answers this season. We're going to get a lot more questions. Season 4 and season 5 are going to be our answer seasons. That's when we're going to get answers for fucking everything from season 1 up.
Maybe the big answer is, but like I said, they didn't know until today that there even was going to be a season 4. Like it only got greenlit today. So, I mean, they had to
It got signed today. They wanted to make sure, like they took a 2-year hiatus to build season 3. They wanted to make sure we're still invested. As you can tell, we still are. But I guarantee that they were pretty much greenlit for the first episode. They just wanted to make sure that the fans were going to do it. And I'll tell you right now, quarantine probably has a lot to do with it.
Oh,
everything's going up. Dude, let's just put it this way. The NFL draft went up by 40% in views, in views on TV. Like that's how big it went up. And that's a record high. Yeah. So, I mean, that you got fucking Tua.
Hey, the best quarterback out there. What's up? What's up, Jake Cruz? How about them Dolphins? Oh, dude, like I said.
Hey,
what's that?
We signed Judy from fucking Alabama, so I'm stoked. Dude, we needed a badass route running wide receiver, and we got him. Dude, that kid's going to fucking make some plays next year.
Oh, dude. The Dolphins have 11 first and second round picks between this year and next year. In 3 years, we're going to the Super Bowl. It's going to be champions. It's going to be sweet. Oh, man. What do you got going on? Are you got anything going on tonight? I got to basically dip for about 20 minutes, and I don't want to leave you just on the air for 20 minutes. But
I I got to go to work tomorrow, so.
You're working? Right on.
Yeah.
Well, any last minute thoughts or any last minute questions? Anything that you definitely want to see coming up this next episode? What hope at least one big question that they answer for you?
I need to see the progression of Caleb and Dolores. I need to see that progression in the next episode. I really do. And we didn't get it last episode at all. I want to know what the fuck they're up to.
Looks like they're going to give us a lot of their backstory. I don't know if they're going to give us a lot of what's going on with the Dolores and him story, but it looks like they're going to fill in his backstory at all. But I think that story is going to be bullshit.
No, I don't think his backstory shit. I think it's legit. I still believe Caleb's human. Not when I haven't changed on yet. Sirach's a little iffy, but Caleb I believe is human.
What's that?
I said Sirach is on the fence. Caleb, I still believe is human.
Well, maybe, but yeah, I think he's gonna be a host. Do you think it was Caleb or Ash that shot Liam?
Oh, I believe it was Caleb.
You think Caleb did it? It has to be from that angle where he got shot, right?
Yeah, just the way now looking back on it from the first episode, the first time we met Caleb and all the reactions that he's had to the whole situation with him, I think he's the one that shot him. I think they fucked with that little jewel in his mouth and it ended up fucking screwing him up. I think he's the one that actually shot him.
You think the man in black's the one who shot Caleb?
No. I think Caleb's the one that shot his best friend.
Oh, Caleb's the one who took. That's what I was thinking a little while ago. I was thinking, are they both like hitmen? And then all of a sudden, Caleb didn't want to do the hit, and Francis is like, "Hey, we got to do it. We don't have a choice." And Caleb ends up shooting Francis, having to because he didn't want to do the hit. Yeah, I said that too.
I think that's why he won't do personals anymore.
It could be because maybe that's it because he doesn't want to. He killed his buddy and that was it. He's never going to want to do another one. Maybe it was just a straw that broke the camel's back. But yeah, I think there was something about that one last guy that he didn't want to do it and ended up having to kill Francis over it. And I take it a step further. I said that him and Francis were lovers, like they wanted to build a future together or whatever. Like, yeah, I think they were even making it sound like they might have been even together, but. I was more on that back when I thought that it might be Caleb inside of Shaloris and the way he jumped Jake like that, but I'm still kind of holding to that. Just kind of the way that Francis had his hand on him that one time, and I'm still holding on to that theory.
Okay, so let's see. Liam. Remind me who Liam is real quick.
Liam is the brat billionaire, the guy, Peter Dempsey's son, who was in with Rehoboam and all them. Was in. I think
Caleb's the one that's going to kill him. I think Caleb kills him too. Is going to kill Liam.
I think he already did. It was Caleb who killed him down on the beach. Liam's the one who got shot down on the beach in the water.
Yeah, that's right. No, I think he did it. I think the two I think Marshawn Lynch and the other one are a figment of his imagination. They're kind of like a split personality when it comes to him.
I think everything, that's what I was like, if not, for sure, they're hosts. I mean, they're always wearing the same clothes. I mean, how did they know right where to be? Either that's a simulation or those two are hosts. That's what I was definitely thinking.
Yeah. So, all right, well, you got to get out of here, right?
I got to bounce and help get the giant tamer off to work, but big one coming this weekend. It's going to be a blast. I definitely look forward to hopefully getting some answers. And like big David Adams is saying, this is supposed to be the penultimate, so this should be the big one. And then episode 8, they'll just use to button everything up or tie it up at least as much as they want to until season 4 comes around.
Exactly. Well, thanks for having me on, man.
Oh, definitely. Got to do it again real soon and look forward to it. Hope everybody out there has an absolutely fantastic rest of the weekend. Until we see till the next one, we'll see you soon. Be good and have a great weekend.